Today, we embark on a captivating journey through the windswept sands of time to explore the life and legacy of a formidable figure from the Old Testament, Elijah. From the heights of Mount Carmel to the depths of despair, this powerful prophet played a pivotal role in the unfolding narrative of faith, courage, and divine confrontation. Join us as we delve deep into the thrilling tales of Elijah, a man whose very name resonates through the ages. Elisha, whose name means "My God is Yahweh," stands out as one of the most iconic and powerful prophets in the history of Israel. He burst onto the biblical scene during one of the most tumultuous periods of Israel's governance, under the corrupt and idolatrous reign of King Ahab and his wife, Jezebel. The spiritual decadence of the nation demanded a voice, a clarion call for repentance. And who better to answer that divine summons than Elijah, the prophet whose very existence challenged the status quo? Ahab and Jezebel plunged the nation into deep moral decline, promoting the worship of Baal over the worship of Yahweh. Israel's collective heart faltered. But into this brewing storm arose Elijah, a man clothed in the Spirit of God, equipped with unwavering faith and a fiery spirit. He was not merely a messenger, he was a beacon of hope, a champion for the Almighty. In a bold move, Elijah stood before King Ahab and declared, "As the Lord, the God of Israel lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years except at my word." What audacity! This was not just a declaration. It was a prophetic challenge to the very authority of Baal, the rain god that Ahab and Jezebel revered. And then, just as Elijah prophesied, the heavens sealed shut. The drought was not only a physical phenomenon, it was a spiritual indication of the people's wavering faith. Months turned into years, and the land cried out for relief. Yet it wasn't just the prophets who would suffer. The people of Israel felt the anguish of this divine drought too. Fleeing to the wilderness, Elijah encountered divine providence in the most unexpected ways. The Lord commanded ravens to bring him bread and meat, while a brook quenched his thirst. Imagine the scene: as solitary prophet, nourished by birds, upheld by the hands of God. This miraculous provision served as a reminder, even in the bleakest of times, the divine presence sustains those who trust in him. But the brook eventually dried up, illustrating a profound lesson about reliance on God. The prophet was then directed to Zarephath, a town on the brink of famine, where he would encounter a widow, deep in despair. Here lies another profound dimension of Elijah's story: the miraculous multiplication of flour and oil, showcasing not only divine provision but also the power of faith. Elijah asked the widow for a mere morsel of bread. "As surely as the Lord lives," she replied, "I don't have any bread, only a handful of flour in a jar and a little olive oil in a jug." Yet, with unwavering confidence, Elijah declared that if she made him a small loaf first, her supplies would not run out. Astonishingly, she did, and the miracle unfolded. Then came the definitive showdown, a dramatic face-off on the heights of Mount Carmel. The stakes were monumental. Elijah summoned the prophets of Baal, 450 voices shouting to a silent deity. They danced, cut themselves, and pleaded for fire to fall from the heavens. Hours passed, their pleas echoed in futility. In stark contrast, Elijah readied an altar, repaired with 12 stones representing the tribes of Israel. As drought parched the earth, he soaked his sacrifice with water, knowing full well that God would showcase his power in the most dramatic of fashions. "Answer me, Lord, so these people will know that you, Lord, are God," he prayed, and then fire rained down from heaven, consuming not just the sacrifice, but also the stones and even the soil below. The people gasped, the silence shattered. "The Lord, he is God," they shouted in unison, witnessing the profound victory of faith over falsehood. But what followed was as shocking as the fire itself. Despite this monumental victory, Elijah was now a hunted man. Jezebel, furious and vengeful, put out a death threat against him. The same prophet who had just faced down an army of false prophets now found himself fleeing for his life. Fear clouded his once steadfast heart, leading him to a dark wilderness of despair. In the depths of despair, Elijah prayed for death, feeling utterly alone and defeated. But God had not abandoned him. An angel appeared, providing food and drink, reminding him of the strength found in divine sustenance. "Get up and eat," the voice echoed an encouragement for the weary soul. Elijah, weary from his flight and burdened by despair, pressed on through the howling winds and torrential rain. Each step felt heavier than the last, as the storm mirrored the turmoil within his heart. Yet, he was drawn to the sacred mountain, a place where he hoped to encounter the divine presence that had once guided him. As the tempest raged around him, he clung to the promise of revelation, believing that in the chaos, he might find clarity and purpose once more. With each gust of wind, memories surged like the waves crashing against the cliffs below. He recalled the whispers of wisdom that had once filled his soul, guiding him through the darkest nights. The mountain loomed ahead, shrouded in mist, yet its silhouette felt familiar, a beacon of hope amidst the storm. He pressed on, each footfall a testament to his resolve. As the lightning illuminated the path before him, revealing the way to his long-lost faith, With every step, the weight of doubt began to lift, replaced by a flicker of determination that ignited within him. The air crackled with energy, as if the very universe conspired to guide him forward. Memories of laughter and love surged through his mind, intertwining with the echoes of his past, urging him to reclaim what he had thought was lost forever. As he neared the summit, the mist began to part, revealing a horizon painted in hues of gold and crimson, a promise of renewal waiting just beyond the peak. With each step, he felt the weight of doubt lift from his shoulders, replaced by a burgeoning hope that ignited his spirit. The air grew warmer, infused with the scent of wildflowers and the distant sound of a rushing stream, beckoning him closer to the edge of discovery. As he reached the top, the breathtaking vista unfolded before him, a tapestry of possibilities stretching endlessly, reminding him that every ending is but a new beginning waiting to be embraced.